Okay, another excellent replay from Oddboz. I love his decals on the side of his vehicles. Now they just look like these googly eye glasses or goggles or something like that. Now I don't really know much about this vehicle. It does look super funky. I don't know what it is about it that just reminds me of a rat or just looks like a rat. Maybe it's because it's called the rat tail. And I don't know, just beige and the scratch marks makes it looks like it has kind of hair and furry with this tiny little head and pointed nose, like this big body. Maybe if you could add a decal of like a long tail or something, maybe it would just fit it. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Wheeled vehicle though, so I would think you'd have some pretty good mobility, but looks like, I don't know, maybe not going full speed, but maybe this is all this thing really has. Now he's going out kind of around B. There's only the 2 captured. Excellent. Little Type 64. Wow, that was kind of weird, especially in the damage indicator. That was, oh, doesn't look like now there's any place to hide behind that building. Nothing like having your cover just fall apart right in front of you. Ooh. All right, he's able to get along the side of these enemies quite excellently. Oh no! And unfortunately it looks like there was a little opening there where this tiger was able to take him out. Let's go ahead and fast forward for when he comes back into the game. And now coming in is a Black Prince. Now we all don't want to see this thing slowly make its way into the battlefield, so we're gonna go 4X here. Okay, he may be starting to see something over on the right-hand side. It could be his teammate. And that's probably what it is, being a lot of him is surrounded by teammates on the map. Okay. He may be coming up on him a little bit closer now. He's getting into the action on the front line. We're still doing 2X here. Okay, that was his friend coming around the corner. He got himself in a pretty good position with that rat tank or vehicle. But yeah, nothing like having your own cover fall apart. Ooh, and a gray tiger. I don't think I've seen that too many times. It's actually pretty cool. I don't know if that's like a special tiger or what that was. Now this one, you end up having to shoot a tank with. I have played the Black Prince multiple times, and with the rounds it comes with, and I only use the shell he's got selected right now, the APDS, I think is what it's called, and having to shoot tanks multiple times to take them out because they don't have any explosive mass. I feel like it kind of works like an APCR round. Oh! And the famous Black Prince, unfortunately, gets taken out. So a little bit of a rough start here for Odd. You know what? Hey, we all have those days. We're gonna go ahead and fast forward this some more. Now this thing looks like it's got a lot of epic bombs kind of strapped to the side. Okay, now he's getting right down into the action. So all British here, going all out Brit. Paying attention maybe to some planes. Now, I don't play a whole lot of air, so I've got a lot to learn here from Odd. I've really just been getting used to the ground vehicles. Excellent. And how he was kind of flipping upside down and around, paying attention to his enemies. Oh, now I'm not sure. Uh-oh. Oh, well, he definitely needs that. I don't. Yeah, looks like he got taken out there, unfortunately. So, yeah, a bit of a rough start. We'll see what he goes in with next. Now, what is this thing? Hey, I have seen this thing a couple times. This is the epic, what is this? The super fast, cranky arm tanker that I kind of heard about from Fly Daily when he first had made a video on it. Now, this is apparently a Nuke replay. We've got a long way to go, and maybe we'll see the rest of the action all with this thing and getting the rest of the 2,000 points he needs in order to get a nuke. 4 kills and 3 deaths. Now that thing's a bit behind in its BR, I think. We got World War I entering much more modern warfare here. Wow, and that is quite the scope on this gun. Such a funny little tank. So unfortunately not able to really get much there with those planes. Looks like World War I kind of took the win. Now, planes can be quite difficult to get. Those little darn cabins end up always having to be so tall, and that poor guy has to crank that thing so fast to try and get his gun up and around George, who's like driving in the front. Now this thing seriously looks like my wife's grandpa's tractor. I'm guessing that's just what they were doing. I mean, trying to be as efficient as possible with making military vehicles. And who knows, maybe this is going to be all him just hunting down planes. I don't really know exactly what you can do with this thing at the BR, but oh, yeah, the R3. Excellent find there, and being able to get the cannon down. I feel like with a lot of these vehicles that are more SPAA and they don't have very good, if any, gun depression off to the front, having to make sure your cannon's pointed off to the side a lot, you have to predict and use that a lot. Okay, he does see someone marked on the map here. Oh, and he's cutting right through, doing damage to that Panther's track and trying to stay out of that machine gun and aiming for just those weak points between the track and knocking off some of that spaced armor. This thing's actually doing pretty good. SPAA vehicles sometimes surprise me. This guy must have had some neck problems or something, being this guy has absolutely no neck support and he is constantly looking up. Wow. Yeah, when you come across a vehicle like that, this thing is just beautiful for it. I love how off-roady this thing looks. This thing looks like you can conquer just about anything out in Moab or like any just rocky terrain. Now using that flank, trying to keep the gun just off to the side. And we'll looking into these areas, this is where the enemy would be coming out from. And this is where my guess is he would have to be very particular, because any enemies that come out from around here, he's going to be facing them frontally, and if they're too well armored, my guess is that can get him in a lot of trouble. In some of these homes, I think you can actually shoot right through. So I don't know if his plan is to maybe back behind the brick one, because that wood one I don't think is going to do much work or help for him. Uh-oh, that's not a nuke plane, is it? Or a big bomb plane from an enemy player? That thing's going pretty slow. And Odd's just lining up that shot. Oh no. This gun, I would expect it just to rip right through. Oh. Actually, I think he... Uh-oh. Holy cow. Wow. Talk about some extreme luck. And a lot of it, even looking at his vehicle, didn't even get damaged that bad. Very, very impressive. You know, Gaijin's on your side when something like that happens. This thing is so tall. Being how small the cars are even next to this thing, this must have been like just as tall as like a semi-truck. Now, is that a water barrel there in town? Is that how these folks got their water? Some of these homes actually look like some of the homes kind of near near the places either around like Utah or wow, plane coming in hot. Some excellent shooting, and right now 3,400 points. Okay, World War I again. Oh, and absolutely didn't even stand a chance this time. You can even see where that Werble, I think, hit him on the side. Gotta love it when these really big vehicles that are super spacey. Wow. This thing can be super deadly. And I love how he's just holding the C button down to keep his cannon pointed one way, even though he's looking another way. And it could be a different button for him. Now, he is absolutely surrounded here by enemies. You can hear him all over the place. Almost 4,000 points. This is impressive. Okay, this is getting to be pretty intense here. Taking a little bit of a risk getting some shots, and that's hoping that no enemies come around the corner here. Doesn't sound like any enemies are making a big push there. And he's smart to move around, like move away, because those sounded like much more heavily armored vehicles. And Panthers, Tiger IIs, you may not stand much of. Oh no! Oh no! And ends up getting stuck on a building that doesn't allow him to quite get away. How unfortunate. Gotta hate that when you're like, you got that antsy and all of a sudden that adrenaline that just hits you to try and get out of there when you get targeted and you end up hitting that building. Now he has enough points for a nuke here. He is doing really good with this thing. And I must say, this is definitely the time you want to bring out one of these SPAAs. There is so many planes in the air right now. I bet Odd is doing some amazing things for his team, helping him out a ton by taking out a lot of these planes. And it looks like he might have taken him out. Okay, I may need to try this thing out. I'll have to go back through my British tech tree and see what I've all got researched. Man, this guy's chair that's shooting looks as comfy as my office chair. I need to get a new one. Doesn't even look like it has any padding. Hardest seat in the house. Even those seats where that other guy's kind of sitting in the back, like maybe a lot more comfortable than this guy. He barely has any lower back support. Now you know I'm old if I'm talking about lower back support. Okay, there's something mean and nasty on the other side of that wall. Now what's Odd gonna do here? He could be taking a big risk, because if he's facing, oh yeah, I was gonna say if he, this is where the third, oh, very smart, very smart. Gives him a red barrel. That puts the Tiger in a very bad spot. However, that Tiger can still use his machine gun, so Odd's being really smart here. And I think he's just going to let his friends just go in and just take him out. Very, very smart. Yeah, coming around that corner, his friends could have not friends. You hope your friends don't mess you up, but that Tiger could have easily messed him up just with the machine gun. This thing, I don't think, has a lot of armor, if any. Now, I don't know if those two little plates or hoods that are kind of folded down on each side are supposed to be like more armor. But I guess good thing they're down, because definitely gives more flexibility for the gunner. Can you actually control whether you have certain things up or certain things down, like flaps and stuff? I don't know. I haven't looked into that too much. This thing just looks like it would be fun to shoot and drive. I love how you can even see the driver and him turning the steering wheel. Sorry, I'm still just getting used to War Thunder. I've been playing World of Tanks and World of Tanks Blitz for so long, just getting used to this. There's a lot of destruction around here. A lot of dead tanks. Okay, hearing some more stuff off to my left. Okay. And this thing you do have to be a little careful, is because unlike a tank shot where it's just one. And, uh-oh. Okay, I don't know if an orange barrel. Oh, and yeah, I want to get out of that machine gun fire. That really ticked off the Panther, I bet. But as something like this, aiming for the barrel is something you just have to go for. And you may be able to even knock out the machine gun. Yeah, that Panther, he's now really nervous. Marked on the map, he does have a teammate that may be coming up to take him out. Yep. And there he goes, over 4,700 points. And my guess is he may be going in to drop the nuke. Is he going to have enough time? I'm curious. These points haven't been dropped. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is getting real close here. He only has... Oh, he's so close. Can he do it? Is he going to drop it? Looks like the enemy's maybe a little stagnant. Oh. And he does it just in the nick of time.
You got a hole in your left wing.
Is that a picture of a clown on the back of his tail? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we see it. Now the replay is actually not... Oh no. And there goes Odd. It's not allowing me to see the nuke, but he did drop it. Something messed up kind of with the replay. Anyway, awesome job, Odd. Great replay. This is the Muffin here. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.